The Wildflower Company sent this planner to me to review for you. Now on their website, the planner, it says that this planner is supposed to help you to cultivate a thoughtful and purposeful life. So that's basically kind of why it was in line with my channel of like reviewing things related to self-care. As always, I want to make sure that I bring products to you that I think align with that sort of thing. It has daily pages in it, so let's go ahead and just jump right into the contents. It is on a coil. This is kind of a flexible coil. It is a thick planner, but it kind of has to be because it's 12 months undated. This is the color ivory option. There's also a navy option, and it is a 6.5 by 9-inch planner. The cover is like a hard cardstock, and it did come with a cute little envelope with a handwritten note to me, as well as this card that kind of explains that they also have an online community that you can join, some workshops, and coaching for extra accountability. In the envelope, another little note with some wildflower seeds that I could plant. In the front pages of the planner, there are some instructions for how to take care of those and get those growing. Now, I do want to note before I keep on going too further that if you are not interested in maybe getting this physical version, they do have a digital planner that is like a Notion template. I am not familiar with Notion, so I have no idea like how that works. But if you are familiar with that, that's how they have the digital format for it. In case you're thinking this would work well for you, but you don't want to get a physical planner. So it starts off first with some letters from the owners. And then here's where it talked about letting you know that they sent you seeds. And then on the back side of that, it gives you the instructions for how to take care of the wildflowers and to plant them and get them growing. Then this is where the planner starts. Now the pages in here, I don't know the specifics. There's nothing on the website, but it feels to me very much like regular printer paper. So it might be only like 28 or 30 pound regular printer paper. So I'm not going to do any pen testing because I know that like we all know what regular paper does when you write on it, and so that might not matter to some people, especially because of like the content that's in here. On this page, they want you to dream about what it would look like to live thoughtfully in each of these areas under spirituality and emotionally, socially, physically, mentally, and professionally. There are some more prompts here for you to dream even bigger. Also some prompts about thinking about what your morning and evening routine is going to look like. An area for listing out the things that fill you up and the things that drain you. Always love when planners include stuff like that. A page for listing out bucket list things that you want to do. A page for listing out all the ways that you want to make a positive impact in the world. Maybe the causes that you care about, things that you might want to volunteer for, stuff like that. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere. On this page, they want you to list out places that you want to travel to, maybe sometime this year, and then brainstorm, kind of think about how you're going to pay for it, things like that. So this looks very similar to that page earlier, but here they want you to get very specific and super realistic, and they want you to list out concrete ways that you can live thoughtfully in each of these areas. So spiritually, emotionally, socially, physically, mentally, and professionally. Here's a page for a Q1 check-in, and it has space for you to list how you're feeling about things right now in your life and what do you want to learn in this coming quarter. Has a space right here for your self-care plan for the quarter. How will you take care of yourself? And a space for listing out your quarterly goals. For this quarterly cleaning page, it wants you to list out and talk about things that you are ready to let go of and what sort of energy will be will you be bringing into this next chapter? So like a different spot here for what do you want to let go of and what do you want to bring into this new season. And then they have a page called the monthly spill. I do believe these are dispersed throughout where you can do this. I think that's really cute to call it a monthly spill. It's where you basically list what happened this month. It says to get it all down on the page, highs, lows, everything in between. A monthly reflection page. And this is for reflecting on the previous month. So it kind of goes along with the monthly spill. How did you do on your goals? How did they feel? So obviously this is at the very beginning, with these being at the very beginning. So this is going to be reflecting on a month that just finished that you did not actually use this planner for. What worked, what didn't work, what did you learn? A spot for you to brag about yourself. Use this space to list out your accomplishments and your wins. Then you have a monthly intention setting page. It wants you to take time to articulate your wants and needs. What's a desire you have for next month? Any other desires come to mind? Is there anything you are looking forward to this month? This is interesting. I don't think I've seen this anywhere. A get in touch page. Who do you need to get in touch with? Reach out to that friend, family member, or someone who makes you smile just to say hi. So it gives you about 8 spaces for you to list out some people that you want to get in touch with this month. And after you list them out, it tells you what to do. So send them a quick text or an email, cross their names off as you go along. If you can't do them all right at this moment, make a note to reach out to them. And then there's a don't forget it section so you can list out birthdays and anniversaries or upcoming celebrations right here. Then we have a looking forward page. What are 1 to 3 main projects you want to focus on this month? And then create a game plan for accomplishing each of these projects. Break down each of these projects into smaller, more achievable tasks. What are some smaller intentions and projects that you want to focus on this month? And then the page called Tie Up Loose Ends. What is one way you're going to take care of yourself this month? I like that they're including taking care of yourself. Take a few moments to brain dump everything that you need to get done. Things like ordering prescriptions, cleaning up your space, and then it comes to the monthly plan. So the monthly pages in here are a Sunday start, and they are all on just one page. And then you jump into a week spread. This is a very interesting week spread. So it's got like a box for to do, this week's priorities, a habit tracker for 5 habits, and then boxes for each day of the week, and the weekend is bumped into like 1. So you could list out whatever your schedules are for all those days. And you got more space here for priorities, habit trackers, and to-dos. The way I would use this with these to-dos and this week's priorities, I probably would kind of keep like, here are the to-dos that probably go along with the early part of the week, and priorities that I probably need to focus on in the beginning part of the week. And then for the second half of the week, that's what these to-do boxes would be for. That's probably how I would separate it. If it wasn't something that needed to get done like on a specific day, then that's what I would try and use that for, I think. Then you jump into the daily pages. So you have a spot for the date, and then it has a spot for you to list out what you're grateful for, a spot for you to list out your schedule. If you don't want to use this to list out your schedule, it's open-ended. So it's basically just lined. You could white that out and just use it how you want. And then it has a question, how will you show up for yourself today and incorporate thoughtfulness into your day? And then you have your personal to-do list space, your professional to-do list space, and your rosebud thorn, which it hasn't explained what that means this far, so I don't quite understand what that means. And so, okay, you should have 7 pages, and then it'll jump back into another week. But, oh look, weekend. Hold on, let me count, because this might just be for Saturday and Sunday. So, okay, so you've got like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then, okay, so this is a Saturday, Sunday page. So your weekend is going to be bumped into one page. And they've already like pre-did it for you that says weekend, which that's kind of good to know ahead of time, because if you use this and let's say you don't plan one day and then you just skip to the next page. If you go on to the next page and then suddenly you're on the weekend page and you're like, wait a minute. So even though it's undated, it technically has like the weeks dispersed throughout it, intending for you to use it every day. And then it's the same every day. And let's see if, I know that, okay, there's going to be another month in here somewhere. So there should be 5 weeks. It has 4 weeks, and then it goes into your monthly spill, and then a weekly reflection again. Brag about yourself, monthly intention setting. We all saw this earlier. Get in touch, looking forward. So those repeat, and then you go back to the month. So it's only 4 weeks. Let me count one more time, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, 4 weeks in between each month. And then it's supposed to be a 12-month planner, so I'm assuming this is the 12th month. I'm not sure why the month is on this side. They must have added something in here. Hang on a second. Somehow it ended up in a different spot now. Oh, here we go. Quarter, what does it say? Quarter 4. Are there any other quarter plannings in here? Yep, here's a quarter. So every quarter you have these quarterly planning pages, a quarterly check-in. So they did that quarterly check-in for quarter 3. Okay, and it made it change the orientation of the page. Not orientation, but like the layout a little bit when they added those in. So there should be another quarterly one somewhere right here. Yeah, quarterly. Okay, you have your quarterly check-ins. So the quarterly check-ins pop in every 3 months. And then you have like the check-in and the planning quarterly pages, the quarterly cleaning, the monthly spill, which leads up to the next month. So every time they add that in there, then it kind of like switches what pages what side of the page it ends up being. So then it makes the month go this way, and then this ends up being all on like one page instead of being like that. So you do have the quarterly check-ins, and that might bother you, that might not bother you, the way that it like tends to this flip-flop like that. But okay, let's go up to the very end. So after the 4th quarter, right before the 4th quarter, then you have all the months. Let's see what it looks like at the end. Okay, so then after you got all the, at the end of the planner, there's an end of the year checklist. What are some final things you need to do before your year wraps up? And as the year comes to an end, what are you grateful for? A gift giving exercise. Use this to brainstorm gifts and acts of kindness for the loved ones in your life. A password tracker page, and that's the last of it. So that is the Wildflower Company Planner. I'll make sure to leave links in the description so you can head to their website to check it out if it's something you're interested in, whether it's the physical version or the digital version, or maybe you're interested in their community and their other offerings, the workshops and coaching that they have available. If you have any questions, if I forgot to go over something, or if you want something in more detail, go ahead and leave me a comment. If you want to see more planning review videos like this or any other planning related videos, sometimes I share my own personal planning, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.